Oh hey, what are you doing here? Yeah, it has been a while. Well, just give me a minute, we'll catch up on things, alright?
Let's mount up.
Wow, I can't believe it's been like, what, 9 months since Halloween already? It's been a busy time for us. We had a pretty big addition to our lives here. Well, not so big, actually. Everyone say hello to Frankie. Frankie, say hi to all the hunters out there. He is the newest addition to our family, and he sure wanted to make his entrance known. So he was born really early. He was born at 30 weeks, which is a couple months before his due date. Man, it's such a long story, but the basics of it are he developed SUT in the womb, which basically means his heart was beating crazy fast. They put Lori on tons of drugs to control his heart, made her really sick. She was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, got out of the hospital, continued to get sick, and it resulted in us heading to the emergency room, and she continued to get even more sick, and then they decided, okay, we gotta deliver this guy. So it was a pretty scary situation. It got a little dicey there. Wasn't really sure how things were going to turn out. But thankfully, Lori is good now. Frankie is good. She was in the ICU for several days, and then she recovered. And Frankie was in the NICU for a little bit over 2 months. But the great thing is he's doing awesome. We just went to a checkup appointment the other day, and she said he's doing great. He's essentially 1 month old, even though he was born 3 months ago. But he's doing everything he should be doing, and he still has to be on meds for his heart. That's something that's monitored. Hopefully it'll go away. We're told there's a 90% chance that the condition that causes that he'll basically outgrow it by a year old. And if not, there is a procedure they can do to take care of that. So we're definitely excited to have another member of our family, and you know what, it's going to be, before we know it, he's going to be running around getting into trouble with his brothers. So yeah, we're definitely very excited to have another little hunter running around the house. Alright, so we have 3 main things that we're hoping to get done this year for our hunt. One, we need to build some trusses for the shooting gallery. Last year, if you remember, we had that tent that went over it, and it did a pretty good job. It covered most of it, but unfortunately it didn't cover the front very well because it's just a little bit too small. And with all that rain we had, it all dripped down. Even though I had a tarp set up, it dripped all down and went on the gun counter. And that's the opposite of what I want to have happen. So after Halloween last year, I sat down and thought about it and put together some designs for some just simple trusses to build, and make a roof out of that, put the trusses up, put a large tarp over that, and we should be good to go. So definitely want to get those built. Secondly, this year we are hoping to finally get the photo booth built. That's something we've been talking about for a while and wanting to do. So hopefully this year we can make it happen, which would be awesome. And finally, we want to do a new graveyard. We have some tombstones and stuff from our old one that we started out with, but we're going to kind of start from fresh, do like an old west one with some wooden tombstones and all that good stuff. And hopefully we'd also like to do a scrim in the background, maybe to do some projections on, kind of play with that. So that's hopefully our plan for that. Do some fences and gates and some tombstones, and then hopefully some projections. So that's the big plans for this year. We are not going to do any new large facades. We will need a basic building for the photo booth, of course. I was hoping to maybe do like a saloon this year or something, but I don't think we're going to have the time or the energy and frankly the money to do it, because those do get expensive. So probably save that for a future year, and just focus on those things. So what else is going on? Well, I was playing around with some ideas here for some new content for you guys, and I was thinking about doing a series on 3D printing for hunters. So we got a 3D printer, I don't know, it's been a while now, at least maybe 6 months, and I've learned a lot about it, and it's pretty awesome. So I was thinking it might be kind of cool to do, like a 3D printing for hunters. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and I'll start working on that. We're also planning to do the October Showdown again this year. I always have a really good time doing that. I'm not sure that it'll be a daily vlog this time, just due to time constraints, but we'll see. It would definitely be a minimum of several days a week at the minimum. So we have that to look forward to. not sure when. I might get going on that earlier. I usually start, around the beginning of October. But if it's not going to be a daily thing, maybe I'll get going earlier on that. So stay tuned and keep an ear out for that, and we'll see how it goes. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys. It was good to catch up. Like I said, hoping to have some new content soon, so stay tuned.